What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barça Boy 103, and welcome back to the channel where today we're going to be doing the opponent preview for the big clash this Wednesday, Barcelona versus PSG. A match that has taken, although the fun hasn't taken out of it due to the injuries that have been coming out from both sides in this team, but it's still a huge game. We still know the storyline, the Champions League rivalry with PSG over the past 10 years, and this match means a lot, especially stemming from last season as well. And who better to do this with than your boy PSG? And you want to say what's up to the people?
Yo, Barça Boy family.
So I want to firstly start off by, again, the first thing that I mentioned, which was the what's been taken out of this game is the injuries. I think going to this match, Barcelona are not going to have Gavi, Rafinha, or João Garcia. I would probably say two starters for us. You're missing Dembele and Marquinhos. Has the injuries taken the sting out of the game for you a little bit, even a little bit, or is it still, this big game that we all wanted last season that's now been rigged for this season?
Yeah. I mean, when it first, the injuries started popping up, like the Due Dembele, it hurt a lot, but I was like, maybe Due will come back. Then we saw for Barça, Balde got injured, but then, positive news, Balde will probably be back. And then he just kept on going more and more. Not like at least six players are out from both sides combined. But it is what it is. We'll see who has the better squad depth, I guess.
I think what's guaranteed right now is we will both have two stars out. We are hoping that Balde and Lamine will be able to start. Hopefully they get some minutes in the Real Sociedad game that took place. But for me personally, and it has maybe a little bit because best player in the world is not going to play this game. The one who won the Ballon d'Or is not going to win this game. So that way we take this thing out a little bit. Of course, he's a former player as well. But yeah. I want to ask you again. We did an early preview already, but now that we're close to the game, you played more games. You actually got your first loss of the season as well. Funnily enough, against Marseille in the Le Classique. How are your feelings now going into this game? Are you still confident? Do you still feel like even with the two key players, maybe three key players missing, it'll still be a tight game? Are your feelings still the same?
I don't think the Marseille game didn't change my confidence because it wasn't just like a bad game. It was just a blip. It was like chasing the Club World Cup. Marseille knew they had us at a weak position with some players missing out, and then the Ballon d'Or ceremony. The players had to fly to Marseille, fly back, and then fly again. And all they were thinking about was Dembouz's Ballon d'Or. I even read that straight after the game. They were watching the Ballon d'Or ceremony because they didn't know who won the Ballon d'Or yet when the game was finished. So they sat in the locker room and watched it. So I just think Marseille took us at a weak point, and they really wanted to win that game. There was a video, people were crying in the stands. That was their first win at the Velodrome against us in the league since 2011. They were celebrating in the streets of Marseille like they've won a trophy. It's Arsenal Spurs, but 10 times bigger. So it is what it is. They beat us, but that hasn't changed my confidence. When it comes to the injuries, though, Dembouz, obviously a big miss, especially when it comes to the big games. We can smack Atalanta 4-0, but Dembouz was so crucial for us in the biggest of biggest games, like the Inter, Arsenal, Liverpool from last season. Without Dembouz, it's different, obviously. Marquinhos, I'm calm. I'm calm. I even remember Marquinhos in the recent game versus Barça.
You're not the biggest Marquinhos fan. I think he's, not. I wouldn't say he's as terrible as I think PSG fan make it out to be. But even your reserve options, you have of course Zabarni that came in from Bournemouth now, but he's still fresh into the PSG world, so to speak. Yep. So, do you expect it to be Zarbani, or would you expect maybe someone or Beraldo, maybe, or Lucas Hernandez?
No. Both the other two players are cooked. So it would be Zabarni. And actually, in the Marseille game, it was a very bad team performance, but Zabarni was actually really good. And I want him to be tested. Same with Lucas Chevalier. Lucas Chevalier made that fucking horrendous mistake versus Marseille. I don't know if you saw it.
Yes.
So this is a big game, and I want them both to be tested. It's a group stage game. It's basically like a exclusive preseason. The season starts in January, like Dembouz said. Mm-hmm. So then you got Neves and Due, who are I don't think Due will start, but we even talked before, maybe we would want Bradley Barcola to start ahead of him for this game, knowing with Barcola what he did last game and, you know, the pace in behind and so on. And then Neves, I think Neves is going to be there. So I'm a little bit more calm by that. So honestly, still a great lineup. We've still been good this season. And I think both teams are just as excited to play this game, man. Let's just get it over. It's like the Ballon. Let's just get it over with. So we can focus on other stuff.
Don't get me wrong. Of course, I'm excited for the game, but I'm not as excited as I would have been last season, especially with group stage games. I think Barcelona are group stage FC. I wouldn't be surprised if we win this game 4-0, then we face each other in the semifinal and you beat us. Like, that's not a surprise to me, because we tend to do well in the group stages. So that's why, you know, as long as we don't get, you know, humiliated like a 3 or 4 or 5-0 like you have done to the other big teams so far, then I can be content with the result. But I'll say from my perspective about PSG that they've looked not a step down from last season, but you can see maybe a small drop off. They haven't been cooking teams like they have been last season. Of course, they've had so many games, whatever it may be. They're trying to be in 2 places at once, Ballon d'Or ceremony and the Le Classique that got moved last second too. Good amount of gains, but of course, the Atlanta win for me was very, very impressive. I remember you saying that you were not nervous with the game, but you saw it as maybe a little bogey match for you with your difficult group stage draw. You went out there and you cooked them. You cooked them for 90 minutes. I watched the game. It was.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah, fantastic display from PSG. So we know that when it's, you know, in the right moment, right time, big occasion, they will turn up, and so will Barcelona as well. From the Barcelona perspective, is there anything that's changed from you? Because of course, when we did our video beforehand, we were kind of shit. Now we're looking, you know, okay. So has anything changed? You've watched. I haven't watched every single PSG game. I've watched all the highlights. I watched the Atlanta game, but you've watched every single Barcelona game. So what's your thoughts post international break? How we've done?
Yeah, Barca definitely look a little bit different. One thing I have discussed is like you look less aggressive, I guess, when it comes to the flick highline and so on. Especially when it comes to like that Newcastle game. I even said it late on in my video. It was like a Madrid-esque victory a bit, where you know what you have to do to win. You suffer a little bit in the beginning. You let Newcastle press, do their thing, and then you take your moments, and that's what happened. And then you control the game after. That's when Pedri and De Jong started controlling the game. The Rashford bangers came in and everything, and you won the game. So I think Barcelona, that game, it wasn't like we play our football and then we win the game. It was like, no, we play like this tactically, and that's how we're gonna get this win. And I was, you know, impressed by that from Barcelona. And all the other La Liga games. What, Valencia? Was that before or after? After. Valencia 6-0. Oviedo yesterday 3-1. Getafe
3-0.
3-0.
Yeah.
3-0. So yeah, you've been performing.
So 1
really
goal
great.
Conceded, 12 goals scored. You want to count the Champions League? 14 goals scored, 2 conceded.
Yeah. And both of the goals you can see, I mean, the goal you can see against Newcastle was like,
was fair.
Just it's more of a Newcastle needed to get something for their fans, because I mean, you're at home, you got to do something. And then the recent one, Juan Garcia, it's okay. You know, it was a great goal, honestly, from the Oviedo number 5. We'll give it to him. But no, Barca have been good, and obviously the biggest thing is without Yamal, because before, you know, the Yamal dependency and so on, we're seeing Barca being able to perform without Yamal, scoring, creating. But now Yamal will be added to that. And I was a little bit question mark going into the game. How would you start an attack? Because I think Rashford.
I was just about to say that. I was going to ask what your thoughts on Rashford were, because he was linked with PSG. I seen you on Twitter saying it should have been us who revived him. He's been on some decent form as of late. He's probably expected to start the game now with Rafinha being out. As of recording, it was just confirmed now 2 seconds ago that Rafinha will be out for 3 weeks. Official announcement, and Juan Garcia out for 4 to 6 weeks. So he'll probably be back like probably a week after the international break or so.
Wait, he's gonna miss El Clasico then as well, yeah?
Hopefully he'll be back before then. He's doing surgery, so he needs. They said the estimate time is 4 to 6 weeks. So if he can come back in 5, have some good recovery, he can make it for the game. But I trust.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put the question back to you when you said how are you confident with the injuries. How are you confident with the players out?
I'm not too fussed. I mean, again, as long as Lamine Yamal and Pedri are on the pitch, I'll always have confidence. Rafinha is a blow, but I wouldn't say a blow that I'm gonna lose sleep over. Joel Garcia is a blow that I will lose sleep over, but I do trust Szczesny a lot. The only thing I don't trust with Szczesny is firstly he hasn't played. He's not played since preseason, so I think, or maybe did he play in the Juan? He might have played. I think he. No, I don't even think he played in the Juan Gamper. So yeah, he hasn't played in God knows how long. I think in terms of shot stopping, I definitely trust him. It's just about his reading of the game, his ability and build up play and stuff like that. But he's a very experienced goalkeeper. I have confidence in him. It's just about how big the drop off will be, and I also do know that he has a mistake in him. I hope he does that mistake in an easier game and not in this game. Gavi, of course, would have been a great option in the midfield, even off the bench. But unfortunately, he will not be there either. But I'm like you, like, you know what? We have some great depth. I think Rashford will come in, Szczesny will come in. Our midfield is strong. Hopefully, Danny Elmo can pick up some form before the match. Lewandowski scored an absolutely crazy header against Oviedo.
Yeah.
Difficult goal. Rashford's gained some more confidence. No Fermin Lopez as well, which would have been nice to have. I think that would be also a big blow. But I'm fairly.
You started him or Olmo?
Well, right now I would have started Fermin, but I think Olmo is the better player. I think both at their peak and their best, Olmo is the better player. So if he just gets to that level, I'll be fairly confident. So yeah, just like you, few injuries, but again, depth for us in terms of both of us being elite teams, probably the two best teams in the world. We do have what there is to compensate, but. On Rashford, of course, he's going to be probably starting ahead of Rafinha. Are you worried about him? He's going to be coming up against who? Hakimi. So, I mean, Hakimi should be fine. I'm not saying it's going to be a tough night for Hakimi, but are you maybe worried about his long shots from distance, his ability to create, his form and confidence, rising and rising and rising? Probably going to be playing, of course, against Sociedad this weekend. We don't know what he's going to do exactly, but is there any worry there from him?
So for me, the danger on that left side is the runs of Rafinha. We remember Rafinha last time we played 2 goals at the back, 1 goal at the Mondjukic. But obviously in the first leg, Hakimi did not play. He played against Marquinhos as a right back. The thing is, Hakimi pushes up. And that's where Rafinha comes in with his runs in behind, which would have been very dangerous. Obviously, Rashford plays a little bit different. He wants the ball more at his feet and then drive at the defender. But we remember that Rashford cameo versus us when he was at Aston Villa last season. Cooked Vitinha and Fabian when he gave it to Konsa for the goal. So, Rashford, with the form he's in, he's looking really confident. And Rashford, he's a big game player. Like we saw a countless of times in that garbage United side when they face City, Rashford could just look like prime Mbappe for one game. Mm-hmm. So, it's... I'm not going to say it's like unfortunate or anything, but if I had to choose like what part of Barca I would have wanted to be injured, maybe more of their attack, because that's the danger thing. Luckily for us, like our defense is still good. I'm happy with Zabarny. Rashford, he could do something. I know he wants to do something for sure as well. Because, those 2 goals versus Newcastle, he got so much prop, he got so much praise from the Barca fan base. There's Rashford back. But if he does it versus PSG, he's definitely back. So I know that he would want to do it. Yeah.
That's the deciding factor.
It's gonna be interesting how he and Yamal plays. Have we seen them start? Because I remember Rashford did start 1 game. Like your second game, maybe that game he played alongside Yamal. Yeah, and I think Rafinha played as the 10.
Yes. They've been on the pitch together a few times for sure. Yeah. So, but I think this will be the first time where they're gonna be on both wings from the start for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see it this weekend against Sociedad. But like
who do you think from PSG? With the injury, probably before maybe it would have been Dembouz or something. Who do you see now?
As like the threat for you mainly?
Yeah.
I would definitely say Cavada. Cavada, I think, is a fantastic winger. Probably, I would say one of, if not the best left wing in the world right now. I think he's remarkable in 1v1s, his touchline movement. I think his finishing is not as deadly as it could be. Not taken away from his finishing, but it's not like the finishing of a Ronaldo or maybe like a prime Alexis Sanchez or stuff like that, where he shoots and he looks like it's on target, it's going in most of the times. It's not that deadly, but still very strong. I'm also worried about your fullbacks. I think you have the best fullback pairing in the world, and Hakimi and Nuno Mensch, and they of course have the ability to bomb forward, defend well, create overlapping chances, another attacking threat in the final third as well. So probably those three for me are the big ones. Of course, the midfield battle will be very interesting. Will be one to watch as well. But I back my midfield 100%, even though yours is absolutely fantastic. I would say your weakest points are maybe right now the other attacking positions apart from Cavada, and then maybe your center backs. I do rate Pacho. I remember telling you about Pacho back, when we had our show last season in January, how much I did like him. But Zabani coming into a big game, it's always when these depth players come in for their first big game for their new team, it's like 50-50. Either they perform really well or they have a stinker. And I don't think Zabani I think he started one League One game so far, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think he's started too many.
No, he's actually started a couple of games, but all of them have been next to Beraldo. Actually, we haven't seen Zabani start because Lucho's been it's been like Flick a bit. So he either starts Pacho Marquinhos, like he did versus Atalanta, like he did I think versus Toulouse, or he starts Beraldo and Zabarni. So we haven't even seen Pacho Zabarni. We did see them in the Marseille game, but we played the 5 at the back, so it was a bit different.
Yeah,
but we haven't. Yeah, but he starts a couple of games in the league.
Yeah. One thing that I actually wanted to touch upon was, formations and tactics heading to this game. You did try a 5 at the back against Marseille. I don't know if that was, to test it out against Barcelona. Do you see Luis Enrique playing that against Barcelona? I think you'll go back to your traditional 4-3-3. How do you see the system that your manager will use in this game?
So I think the main reason Luis Enrique opted for a 5 at the back is because our attack is a bit depleted and we have a lot of center-backs. Now another center back got injured, but I would still be okay with the idea. So I'll play Lucas Hernandez in the center. After his ACL, he's lost a little bit of athleticism, so we can be defended there in the center. And then I'll put Zabarni and Pacho on the sides. Then the fullbacks can push up a little bit more and play as wingers. And then you have Guicha Barcola up top, because I really don't want to see Gonçalo. If I see Gonçalo on that pitch, just give Barca the 3 points. I don't want to see him. So I could see Luis Enrique opt for. I think it all depends on this game. I think on the weekend, Luis Enrique will play what he's gonna do versus Barca, and then sub them out early on. So
I remember saying in our last video as well that I would have, for me, if I was the PSG manager, I would have maybe played Kang In Lee as a false 9, but he is also injured as well, correct? We forgot to mention that, and that would have been a big option. He's injured, right? I'm pretty sure he's injured, no?
Yeah, you just haven't gotten any updates on him. I don't even know.
Yeah, he's not part of the updates from the reports. But I remember seeing him injured. He got injured in that game where 5 of your players went down, Beraldo and Cavada. And yeah. So he would have been, I think, a really good option to play in the false 9 in a game like this. But he unfortunately
no. So he wasn't in the squad versus Marseille, and I think he even came on as a late sub.
Okay.
So Kang is good.
I think that could be a good option. I think if I was to make, a low-key underrated shelf for this game, I think it would be Luis Enrique starting Kang In Lee as a false 9 and having Barcola and Cavada on both sides. I think that could be a decent option. Of course, Fabian, Vitinha in the midfield. If João Neves does not play, who would be?
Warren. I mean, it's a box-to-box for a box-to-box. Obviously, a huge downgrade. I mean, Neves is top. Warren is... I think mid is a perfect word to describe him.
He's been mid over the past year, unfortunately. I think from Barcelona's perspective in terms of tactics, it'll be the same. We haven't tried anything else. We've just been taken with how we play and how we press. If you want, we can run through quick lineups before we talk about the actual storyline for the team. I think for Barcelona, it's going to be pretty straightforward. The only question mark will come in the defense. We do have a lot of great depth in the defense. Will he start Balde straight away? Will we see Eric or Koundé? Will he, give Araujo a start? Araujo has been doing really well this season. Again, as a pure defender who keeps it simple, wins his aerial duels, keeps it strong and compact. He's been fantastic. I don't think he'd be suitable for this game because you don't have a tall, bulky striker or forward that we need to be really
Rondon yesterday.
Yeah, for example. I think that's when Araujo really thrives. Even against Newcastle, I thought he played a really great game. He of course was dealing with a quicker front line, but still did fine. So it'll probably be Szczesny in goal. I would say definitely Koundé and Balde as the fullbacks, and the center backs can be Kubarsi plus either Arujo or Eric Garcia. That's how I see it. It's hard to tell. I think it's really a coin toss. It depends on what Flick analyzes, what Flick prefers. Midfield three would definitely be Pedri, Frankie, and Olmo, and the front three is going to be Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, and Rashford. Maybe if Lamine is not ready, we can see Ferran Torres start. But I think at this point, Lamine is trained. He put on Instagram, he's back. So it's time for us to put him on painkillers and play him in this game, especially with Rafa now being injured. So I think again with Barcelona, the 10 of the team is guaranteed. Just coming down to that, who will be that center back? That's where I generally cannot pick. I don't know if you have anything like that, but let's hear what you think.
It's going to be Lucas Chevalier in goal. Easy, simple. Two centre-backs, Zabarni Pacho, simple. Hakimi Nuno, simple. I do think I have positive about Neves. So it would just be a Vitinha, Neves, Fabian Ruiz midfield. And up in attack, Khvishak Kvaratskhelia, Bradley Barcola, 100%. And then, as you said, it's that position. You can play Gonzalo. I genuinely hope he doesn't touch that pitch. He was dreadful in the more. I mean, yeah.
So like, our question mark is that center back.
I've started to hate him personally. That's how bad it is, man.
So our question mark is at center back, and yours is at the striker position / false nine.
Like I would much rather see Seny Mayulu, who played versus Atalanta. Because the thing with Seny Mayulu, even if he has a bad game, I would be like, this is good experience for him. This is good. You know, he can get better with this. His mentality will get better. Gonzalo, he dropped a stinker, and I mean, he was just continue dropping stinkers. So.
I like that though. I like that we both don't know what our 11 is, so it leads to some interest in terms of when the lineup is coming. Of course, we still have one more game to play as I'm recording this video, so hopefully no more injuries for either of us to have at least somewhat of an exciting game. Now, in terms of the storyline for this game, of course, we're gonna be back at the Montjuic. Last time we played there against you, you did pump us 4-1. 2 weeks after Eid. I remember that like it was yesterday. We're supposed to be at the Camp Nou. I don't know when we're gonna go back. I don't know if we're ever gonna go back at this point. But do you think that the Montjuic will play any difference? I know that the seats sold out within the first like hour or two. Like the whole stadium got sold out. The club were so surprised that it sold out that they put a statement saying, "We thank you all for your support." Like they were like, "Oh, sorry, we're doing Montjuic last second. Here's the tickets," and it's still, sold out pretty quickly. So, I don't know. I'm not gonna say are you worried, but we both probably wanted this game at the Camp Nou. You think that it being at the Montjuic will have any implications whatsoever?
Wait, so you've moved now. You used to play Johan Cruyff in your previous home games, and now you're gonna play Montjuic for how long?
Until the Camp Nou is ready. So we had, of course, Valencia, Getafe game at the Johan Cruyff. We're now back at the Montjuic because, Johan Cruyff, there's not much revenue. The audience is so small, so we're missing out a lot of money. So we've rented the Montjuic. We're back at the Montjuic for Sociedad and PSG confirmed. And then our last game is away from home against Sevilla before the international break. And after that, we don't know. The fixes that are needed for the Camp Nou for it to be getting its license are very, very minimal. So hopefully they can do it by the time the international break is over. But yeah, we will have one game against Sociedad before the PSG match. But yeah, the tickets sold out super quickly. And do you think that will have any implication? Are you thinking, oh, we've been here before, not a problem? Are you worried that the big jump will cause a difference or anything like that?
Not really. I think maybe the Barca players were a little bit excited to play in the Camp Nou for the first time in like 2-3 years. Many of those players have never played at the Camp Nou. But yeah, I don't think it will affect that. So especially when you said all the tickets are sold out, so it'll be a great atmosphere for the game. Just sad that the Parisians have to set up. Don't our fans sit up in some cage up there?
Yeah, well, it's not a cage, just for safety. You're not animals. Even at the Camp Nou, you guys are all away fans are in the top left corner, and there's
Bernabeu as well. They put them all the way up there.
Where's the PSG away section? Is it not? Is it not at bottom left? Yeah, it's the bottom left in that corner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I remember that from our game against you guys. But yeah, I happy at least now we know what stadium. Before it was Camp Nou, Montjuic, Cruyff. But it was never gonna happen at Cruyff, right?
No, it was never gonna happen at Cruyff. Either Camp Nou or Montjuic. Yeah.
Is it as big as Valdebebas?
The Cruyff?
Yeah.
Probably smaller. I think it's a better
I remember
stadium.
they played UCL game there. They played Atalanta in COVID, I think.
Who, us?
No, Madrid. You remember when they
Oh,
played in
yes.
they were renovating their stadium?
Yeah. Ours, no, Cruyff is bigger. Yeah.
Okay.
Cruyff is probably like, it's a low-key, really, really nice stadium. Very, very modern as well. It's just small. That's the only problem with it. Just small.
Yeah.
And it's probably easier for the Barca fans to get there. I remember for the Montjuic, you have to go up the hill to the mountain to the stadium. Apparently the escalators and the elevators are all broken. So they're not going to be, PSG and Barca fans have to walk upstairs to go to the game. So, terroristic actions. But what can you do? The final thing I want to talk about is, of course, the storyline. We talked about, of course, last time, the record between Barca and PSG in the Champions League, and the record overall is even. Same goals scored each, same wins, loss, and goals conceded. Everything is the same. Of course, the last few times you've gotten the better of us. The first few times we've gotten the better of you. This is kind of like the moment where one team can take the edge, take the lead. Of course, we played each other 2 years ago where you knocked us out in the quarterfinals, and everyone at that time was saying revenge. Do you think the storyline will have an effect in this game? And what do you think the storyline's effect will be after the game as well?
I think probably maybe the main thing, even though Dembele is, for example, missing the game, I think the Ballon d'Or will have a thing in it. Obviously, if Rafinha was there as well, maybe he's a little bit mad about his position in the ranking. Maybe Pedri is mad about his position. I don't think Yamal is that mad. I think Yamal was confident he could have potentially won, but he's like, you know what, second place, I would take him, man. So
he was humble. Is that what you're saying? He was humble?
Yeah. No. How can I say? He took the second place very humbly, unlike.
Alhamdulillah, we'll take it. We'll take it.
So I guess maybe the Ballon d'Or will have less talk with Rafinha, Dembele missing the game. I don't know, man. You know what? Continue the storyline. Give us a 2-2 draw, and let's us decide in a knockout stage.
You think the group stage has really no effect? Just maybe bragging rights for like a week, and that's pretty much it, really.
It's that, and then it's the missing players. I mean, when you have Rafinha and Dembouz out, two of the big names from both teams, attackers and everything, I don't know. It just doesn't feel the same. Like,
I agree.
If we win,
it's not a big game, but it doesn't feel the same.
If we win, I won't be like we beat, especially with Juan Garcia's being so good. I won't be like we beat FC Barcelona. I'll be like we beat a little bit of a depleted FC Barcelona squad. Let's see how the game looks when we face them next time.
Probably the same goes both ways too. I'm not gonna be over the hill if we beat PSG with a deflated team. I'll be happy on the night. I'll celebrate it for sure, but I won't drag it past 24 hours. I don't think. I only drag results that don't mean anything past 24 hours if there's like a thumb. If we beat you 5-0, I will not leave you alone for a few months. But if we win, 3-1 or 2-1 or whatever, maybe I'm gonna be like, GG, and that's it. It's only when it's a true humblings where things get carried away.
Yeah.
But finally, we have to talk about predictions. What do you think that will happen in the match? If you want to give a scoreline or not, I know some people don't like that. I don't really care. I just want to know what you think will happen in terms of the 90 minutes and the result.
I've never jumped around with a prediction. Like, I've had I think 4 different predictions for this game already.
All right, what's your prediction right now?
And then this dude out. Like, I want to win. I'm confident that we'll win. But I know it's such a confusing game to predict.
You want me to go first? I can go first.
You can go first.
I think this game has a draw written all over it. I said from PSG and Newcastle, our first 2 games, give me 4 out of 6 points. I will cut my brother's hand off for it. I'll take it right now. I was even thinking about taking 3 out of 6. So that Newcastle win for me was huge. I see both teams going to be a bit depleted. I think the first 10-15 minutes will be more so on Barcelona. It'll be about PSG containing that pressure, the intensity, being back at the fully packed Montjuic for the game. I think PSG's route to winning this game is to be really calm and composed in transition and then be absolutely deadly on counterattacks. I think it'll be hard for PSG to work a goal out of play because Barcelona won't want to be so dominant. I definitely can see both now Szczesny probably being in goal. Not probably, will be in goal. I think both teams will definitely score this game. I think that's my one prediction that I want to put at the top is I think that both teams will score. My heart and my brain is saying this game's gonna end in the draw. I think it's pretty even, especially with the fact of the injuries and no one really has the edge. Maybe for us, you can say we have Lamine Yamal, who is the edge. For you, maybe absolute prime Cavada can be the edge for you, but it's down to if that prime Cavada turns up or not. My brain says that, a draw 1-1 or 2-2. My heart says we can nick it by 1 goal, like a 2-1 or a 3-2. Yeah. So I'll say 2-1 win. I don't think there'll be too many goals as well. I don't think we'll go past 4 goals in total. I think if you're looking at more than 4 goals, it could be like a 4-2 Barca win, 4-2 PSG win, something like that. But main thing I want to say, I think both teams will score, and I will say a close win for Barcelona by 1 goal, 2-1 or 3-2.
For me, I'm looking at this performance from PSG's standpoint. We saw PSG go to Anfield and Emirates last season, getting the 1-0s. I think that's PSG's plan when we go away. Be a bit more conservative, keep the ball. But we always try to go for an early goal. Score the early goal versus Liverpool, early goal versus Arsenal, because then you can control the game much easier. But then I also look back at your game versus Bayern, because Bayern, even though they are not the same as PSG, I would say maybe a little bit, they're the most similar team that Barca have faced to Paris Saint-Germain, because not many teams plays like us. And we saw that game where Barca, got the early goal and then let Bayern have the ball. So, and play more on the counter. So it's like, are both teams gonna do that? Are both teams trying to, again, early goal? Are both teams gonna try to play on the counter attack instead? Yeah, I mean, I guess I just mirror you. It could be a draw. I think a draw would be the most optimal, because then we would be like, I think, yeah, it would.
I think we both take 4 out of 6 in our first. You had Atlanta, Barca, Newcastle, Barca. Give me 4 out of 6. We both to take it. Yeah.
Exactly, because before, especially with you guys having Newcastle, if you had drop points in that game, this game would have been more important to get something out of, to get the morale back and obviously get a good position in the table. But I feel like what I want to draw is I want the storyline to continue. Yes, I'm very happy we got each other in the group stage, but no, a lot of stuff fucked you up. So I'm just go the same. My brain says it. That's it. You know what? I 1-1. I have a feeling maybe not that many goals will be scored, because both teams will focus a little bit on, because we know you're dangerous offensively. We're dangerous offensively. So we'll both be a bit cautious. So my brain says a 1-1, but obviously I'm always predict a victory. So I'm going to say a 2-1. Gonzalo off the bench. Gonzalo off the bench.
That'll be funny. We'll see. I think a last minute winning here would send either of us onto Caldan, like a 1-1, then last second one of us wins it. So we'll see. And the most important thing is that we both agree that it's going to be a tight game. It's going to be defined by fine margin, and we'll see who can take advantage of that. Thank you for joining. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the opponent preview. If you did, of course, make sure you leave a like down below. Subscribe as well if you haven't already. We'll see you guys tomorrow for my match preview on the channel, and then of course the game on Wednesday. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to be exciting still. Hopefully no more injuries to take away from this game, but I think still the rivalry is there. 2 big teams, the best 2 teams in the world from last season, will clash, and we'll see who can get the upper hand in the bragging rights. So with that being said, I will see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.